Usher, Eminem, the list goes on and on. While Donald Trump, I heard from Eric Trump, he said that they didn't pay any celebrities for Madison Square Garden or any of them, and that some celebrities even reached out to them asking to be compensated for an endorsement, and he said that we don't do that. So while the person reacting to this video believes that it was about Trump's party, I am not so sure about that, because it doesn't really seem like Tana would be the best face for the Trump campaign. It does seem more in line to somebody who would go on the Call Her Daddy podcast, though. But here is a TikTok of a girl replying to everybody being upset about celebrity silence. Friendly reminder, your favorite influencers stay quiet on election day because they know very well if they post who they support, they will lose you. Of course, influencers know that they have the right to remain silent, and anything they do or say can and will be used against them. They don't want to divide their audience, and I personally don't see anything wrong with that. Their customer, their viewer, the person who pays their bills and fancy vacations, if they post their political stance, which is one of the easiest and quickest ways to lose a follower, tread carefully, because some of these people with a very large platform know they will lose a huge audience and brand deals if they tell you they exercise their right to vote. No one is obligated to tell you who they voted for, but at most should encourage you to vote. And if your favorite influencer says they aren't voting or doesn't care about politics, it's time to unfollow. Why do your average women care so much about a celebrity endorsement, especially if it's paid for? And most of the time, celebrities are in movies or just singing songs or reading lines. And so just because we see them often and they feel familiar to us, just because they were in some movies, that doesn't tell us anything about them.
Yeah, they're not important, but their endorsement doesn't mean shit.
And so if the people we are looking up to are people that we know nothing about, to not even assume what their values are or their stance is on some of these major topics, then maybe we should be looking up to different people. Influencers staying silent today. Here's this girl saying, influencers staying silent today.
I've seen a lot of conversation online about female influencers being really quiet today. The general consensus is, they stand for the other side. There are some influencers that I personally know that I know for a fact voted blue. I don't know if I agree with those posting that we should just write them off, because I think it's really important to remember that as women in this country, we are all mourning in different ways. I've been very vocal today. I've lost a ton of followers. I understand. But I also totally understand people who just don't want to be on their phones, want to take 48 hours to process what's happened, because this is utterly devastating for a lot of us. And if it's not,
this must be an old, like the video that she's using in this video must be old, because it's been like a week and they're still fucking crying and whining like little bitches. But anyways.
For you, okay.
What do you guys think? Just because a person has some influence, are they obligated to share who they voted for? Because in my opinion, many celebrities would never share the fact that they voted for Trump. No, because all of a sudden, all of your favorite influencers went silent yesterday, and you know it. Of course, in their eyes, it's okay to be a Kamala supporter, but if you voted for Trump, then we must cancel you. Why some influencers are not talking about politics.
I hate to break it to you, but the reason why those influencers are not talking about the election, it's because they voted for Trump.
No.
I hate to break it.
And we could never listen to music or watch a movie from somebody who voted for Trump, right? This is the most accepting people of the world who just couldn't stand if somebody had a different view than they. Shame on all the influencers and celebrities, especially women, that stayed quiet during the entire election. Give me a break. Silent influencers, celebrities are actually the loudest.
If you see any influencers posting any of the three, just know they voted for Trump. These include, but are not limited to, number one, Bible verses, the easiest telltale sign that they voted for that man. Number two, saying something along the lines of, we can agree to disagree and we can still be friends. That's simple. Lastly, any day in the lives posting their regular content or just staying silent, they know that if they outwardly say who they voted for, it does not align with their core audience.
The election, even for many Kamala supporters, hasn't been this difficult to process for majority of people. If people go on about their normal day-to-day life